Alrighty, so the Alear that I'm going to do the female Alear because that was the character that I chose when I actually played the game. But don't worry, if you are going to use the male Alear one, like you can still follow the reference sheet. But if you want, you can look at this and see. You can get an idea of how the colors work with each other because essentially they are the same character and such. They just have slight differences in how the colors are distributed. Now, both Alears have a lot of detail, so you'll find that when you watch this, I'm going to be doing the details like first, like the smaller things. So I'd like to start with the eyes. Alear has something called heterochromia, where that just means that her eyeballs are two different colors and such. Thankfully, the eye color it lines up with the hair and everything. Now, aside from that, even though this picture of Alear is one for one with the reference sheet, it still has a lot of similarities. So she has a lot of yellow on her armor plating. So I'll be taking the yellow and I'll be putting it a little bit on the pauldrons. Pauldrons are like shoulder armor and such. And what's connecting her cape, the buttons and such, are gold. In addition, underneath the gold buttons, she has like a little gold flower down here as well. It connects to that, the gold strap. On her chest armor, she's got the yellow accents on the side, so we're gonna do that there. What's interesting, if you did the anime paint night for Gundam Barbatos, we actually have a lot of the similar colors, actually, because the main colors for Gundam is like blue, red, and yellow. And here we are again. It makes you wonder if Nintendo actually took that into consideration. But let's actually start adding a little bit more of the red. So it's essentially what makes up a little bit of her cape and a little bit more of her shoulder armor. We have it underneath the button, but there's going to be a lot of white, so that's why I left that there. But I'm going to make sure I put in some red over here as well. And even though on the left side I can't do this part, I'm going to be going for the blue that actually goes underneath the red, since you can see it on this side, like so. If some of the colors blend into the others, that's going to be okay. It's watercolor. Water is always going to find a place to go. Keeping with the blue, I'm going to tackle the little X that's connecting the outfit here. And then after that, I'm going to make sure that underneath the bow tie still has a little bit of yellow and gold as well. Now, I'm going to take the black, and I'm actually going to start filling in the pauldron, which is the shoulder armor. There we go. Nice and good there. It doesn't have to be super, super dark, and I didn't want to do too much, because as we discussed before, the black, with it being watercolor, it's going to start seeping in other places. So I just try to do as much as I could just to cover the surface area so that there wasn't any more white and such. Very cool. If you haven't played Fire Emblem Engage, I definitely highly recommend it. It's a good story. And the voice acting is very good and everything. It's fantastic. It's very good. A lot of people were shaky about the character design because of the hair color. Now, also, sorry, I'm getting a little off track. Gonna get the yellow up here for the crown. Yep, we got the gold there. And I believe, just looking at this, the next thing, we're gonna tackle the hair. Now, that's going back on topic. So, when Nintendo first released any information about Fire Emblem Engage, a lot of people were a little like, what's up with the main character's head? It looks like toothpaste. And, well, yeah, it does look like Colgate. It does. But, it grows on you. It does grow on you. And when you look at it more, and when you see the character in action, you notice that it kind of does work. So here we're going to start with the braids, right? So as you can see, I've done blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. And some of the paint is actually going to be blending in. The nice thing that we have at our advantage is the fact that we are using watercolor. Watercolor allows for beautiful blending. So if the blue touches the red, that's okay, because it's very similar to, it'll be more similar to how our hair actually works when you have different color hair. It's not like it's just like solid streak of red or solid streak of blonde and stuff like that. It's going to be, if you have like different color tones in your hair, it's almost as if they are going to blend with each other when you're looking at it, even though the hair is individual strands. So, and it'll have a nice little purple effect because blue and red make purple as well. So it's very nice. So one of the things you'll also see, right? Even though one side of Alear's hair is going to be primarily one color, like one side is going to be blue, primarily blue, and one side is going to be primarily red. Regardless of that, there's always going to be a little bit of a streak of red, or the opposite color and such. So like this side of Alear's head is definitely going to be more blue, but you'll also see like small streaks of red as well, like so. Take your time with this. I always find that doing the hair is like the best part, because like anime is all big on hair and everything and stuff. It's a really, 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 really enjoyable part, and it looks cool when you're done. So if you notice as well, this side of the hair is going to be primarily blue, which means that it's the opposite of the eye that's on this side. So this is on this side, you see how the eye is red while the hair is blue. It works. It's a nice compliment. It's a nice compliment there. There we go. Take your time with it. I also want to remind you all, to help you spread the water color a little bit better. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to focus on getting more color from the palette, more so just getting more water and then dabbing it, so that you'll be able to spread it out a little bit more. I always want to recommend that. If you look a little bit, some of the parts of the hair are actually going to be darker than others. So like for the blue, right? Some of the times that the tips of the hairs that I have, right, are a little bit darker. That's intentional. If you put a lot of paint on the brush and you start going from like the tip, like so, like starting with the red and everything, and you continue flowing upward and upward, it begins to lighten up, and it has a little bit of a color gradient and such. So it goes from dark to light, or light to dark and such. I go back and forth a little bit with this, but either way, you can do it however you want. And I hope it's very clear that even if like we have our reference sheet, you can do any color you want and such. Like if you are doing male Alear or female Alear, and you're like, yeah, that was nice, but whatever empty character art that you still have left after you've painted one, you can design it however you want, and that's perfectly fine. But as you can see, I've started moving on to the red side, and I've already got my blue streak here. To make sure that it has that balance, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more red down on this side, like so. One of the things that I'd love to like do with like the character art that we have, I would have loved to incorporate the whole ring thing, or like, if you don't know, in Fire Emblem Engage, their whole shtick is the fact that they have like these rings that have old heroes from different older Fire Emblem games, and basically you're able to activate those rings and like have them fight with you and stuff like that. So I think it would have been really cool to incorporate that, but I didn't want to overload anybody, and I I didn't want to overload myself. So I think this is very good. There we go. We're almost done here. Adding a little bit of blue there. There we go. Having it blend with the purple a little bit. It's sometimes you're gonna like get out of the lines and everything, but that's okay. That's all right. Imperfection is something that we should accept. Then I gotta go for the eyebrows, you know. Blue eyebrows on the red side and red eyebrows on the blue side. And there's something you don't have to do, but I added shading. So I went for the black. I also added blush. But I went and got some black, and I doused it a little bit with a lot of water to add a little bit of shading in the neck and where the hair covers the forehead. But aside from that, you have Alear. You all did a fantastic job. This one, it was a little unique with the hair color and everything, but I think you did a very nice job. And even if you didn't do this style, you know, that's okay. That's all right. You're artists in your own right, and I hope you had fun with this one. I'm very proud of it, and I hope you're proud of yours. See you later.